Alright, ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The event is about to begin shortly. Firstly, I would like to remind all of you to make sure you have joined our Telegram group and registered by filling in the Google form provided in the Telegram group. During the program, if you have any questions to ask the speaker, kindly wait for the Q&A session to be opened by the moderator, as we would like to avoid any interruptions during the sharing session. We will also have a quick photography session after the Q&A session, and remind you that we will be having a quiz session at the end of the program, and be sure to scan the QR code on the screen at the end of the program for your feedback and e-certificate. Thank you for your kind cooperation and attention. Anyway, while waiting for the event to start, I will leave all of you with the pre-event video that the committees have prepared. So now, let's watch it together.
ACCA is not just about numbers. It actually provided me a more diverse and professional skill set.
You can work in the industry, you can run your own business, or you can run your own accountancy practice.
After I finished the entire qualification, I managed to get a job straight away.
I wanted something global. I wanted a profession that comes with prestige.
I think that what the ACCA qualification did was give me a framework in which to enter into the business community.
I knew that the qualification would add value to my CV. It would open up a global job market, and it would be a recognized qualification worldwide.
Specifically for me, it was like an insurance policy to be employed.
As I was selecting the qualification to pursue, I personally felt that ACCA offered a broader knowledge base and skill set.
The ACCA has a wealth of material online that students can tap into whenever they like.
While I was taking my ACCA exams, I found out about the opportunity to get a second degree.
I love the fact that you can actually do degrees outside of the ACCA as well, so things like the Oxford Brookes and the MBAs.
ACCA provided me with diverse and transferable skill sets. It gave me the competence of emotional intelligence, focus, and vision. In today's world, that is what every employer is looking out for.
ACCA has given me the knowledge and skills I need to become a well-rounded finance partner.
It's not an easy ride, but those 4 letters take you from here to here.
I'm really proud to have completed the ACCA qualification. It's given me a lot of confidence in my ability.
I'm so excited about my job, and I can't imagine I would be able to do this without being ACCA qualified.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. I bid to our speakers for the sharing session. Mr. Peter Gabriel, the advisor of UiTM ACCA Ambassador, Ms. Noor Azidawati binti Abdul Razak, ACCA Accelerate student, and last but not least, I would like to welcome all of you who are here today to join us for the sharing session. Welcome to Knowing ACCA 2.0. I am Fatin Arshatu Ilya and I will be your MC for today. First and foremost, I would like to take this opportunity to express our gratitude to all ladies and gentlemen who are willing to spend your time to attend today's session. We greatly appreciate your presence here and we hope everyone will gain valuable inputs from this session. So now let's run through to today's agenda. So today's event, Knowing ACCA 2.0, will begin with the first session, which is a talk about ACCA Accelerate, delivered by our ACCA advisor, Mr. Peter Garbel, and we will continue with a sharing session from one of the ACCA Accelerate students, Ms. Noor Azidawati. And what is more exciting is we are going to have a quiz session at the end of the program, and the winners will get the ACCA merchandise. So therefore, make sure you give your full attention during all sessions, okay? A brief introduction of the objectives for today. We aim to expose undergraduate students to ACCA and ACCA Accelerate qualifications and provide them a platform for students to ask questions about ACCA to our speaker. Praise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have been graced by the chance to gather this morning. Now I would like to call upon Mr. Muhammad Rizwan bin Muhammad Hanafi to recite the dua.
الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Praise be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. Peace and blessing be upon our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions and for those who follow his example to the judgment day. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, you are peace, and all peace is from you, and all peace returns to you. The Master of Power and Glory, in conjunction with knowing a CCA 2.0 program, guide us among those whom you guide. Grant us your blessings to make this occasion a success. Grant us health and pardon among those whom you grant health and pardon. Ya Allah, Ya Latif, Ya Rahim, let our efforts succeed well and secure success. Make us fulfill our determination. Give answer to our prayers. Listen to our requests. Cause us to obtain the good of this world and the hereafter. Give much and more than our expectations. Allahumma ya Allah, cleanse our hearts, unburden our emotions from hate and anger, and in the event of dispute, in the matter of truth, show us the right path. May this day of ours be better than yesterday. May our tomorrow be better than today. Please grant us positive outcomes in all our endeavors. Save us from disappointment, both in this world and the hereafter. Please accept our deeds and please reward us accordingly. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Amin Amin Ya Rabbal Alamin. Thank you, Mr. Muhammad Rizwan, for the dua recitation. Hence, before we move to today's talk, I would like to invite Mr. Muhammad Amirul Aiman bin Jais, the President of UiTM ACCA Ambassador, Session 2022-2023, to give some speech before we begin. Please welcome.
Thank you, Ilya, our MC, and Rizwan for reciting the dua. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to our speakers, Mr. Peter Gabriel, advisor of UiTM ACCA Ambassador, Noor Azidawati binti Abdul Razak, ACCA Accelerate students, program director, committees, and to all students. First of all, thank you for spending your time with us today. I'm sure that some of you may know and some may not know about UiTM ACC Ambassador or UAA in short. So I would like to use this opportunity to share a brief history and the purpose of our organization. UAA was first established in 2019 with only 2 members from Puncak Alam campus. With the purpose to be an organization for student benefits, UAA is responsible for providing a platform for students to thrive while developing their skills and potential through organized programs and activities. To ensure more students can enjoy the benefits, UAA continues to expand by recruiting members from other UiTM branches. And here we are now, the fourth batch of the UAA for session 2022-2023, which consists of 20 UiTM student ambassadors from various branches throughout Asia. Therefore, be mindful of your campus ambassadors for further inquiry. Moreover, ACCA students ambassadors are freely sharing their wisdom to the students and helping the students better themselves. We think ahead and lead the students to the future profession. With the support of the UiTM ACP and ACA of Faculty of Accountancy, we could embark on developing the profession for the next generation. It gives the opportunity to students who have the intention to pursue a professional pathway in ACCA. UAA believes accountancy is a cornerstone profession of society that support both the public and private sectors. So I hope during this event, knowing ACCA 2.0 will give a huge exposure about the ACCA Accelerate program to all students, especially undergraduate students in UiTM, who are passionate about providing a platform for peers to ask their curiosity about ACCA to our speakers today. Alongside with that, we also hold a challenge called ACCS BR Technical Article Infographic, ASTA Challenge, and an informative post called ACCA Accelerate Trivial Fact on our Instagram. I hope that all students find this interesting and interactive to engage during this program. Not to forget, please do follow our social media platforms to get updated information about our future event on our Instagram, Facebook, Telegram, and YouTube. I think that's all from me. Thank you and Assalamualaikum. I pass back to the MC.
Alright, thank you, Mr. Muhammad Rahman, for a warming welcome. So, moving on to our main agenda for today. So, now let's get to know our speakers for today. First, let me introduce all of you to Ms. Vita Gabriel. Apart from being the advisor of UiTM ACC Ambassador, he is also a business relationship manager at ACCA Maritime Studies Asia. Now, kindly give a warm welcome to Mr. Vita Gabriel to start with his speech.
Hello, thank you, Ilya, and good morning to everyone. First of all, thank you so much for joining us today. I know it's a Sunday, but despite of all this, you actually come and join us to get to know more what is the ACCA Accelerate all about, right? Now, before that, allow me to share my screens before I start my sharing. All right, so trust the slide is up now. Now let's begin. Now I'm sure you all heard or perhaps have read about ACCA. Yeah, so by having said that, let me just give you a little bit about ACCA, the overview about the ACCA itself, the organization, and moving further, we'll talk about the qualifications. Yeah. Now, who are we? We're actually the world's most forward-thinking professional accountancy body. We believe that accountancy is vital for economies to grow and prosper, which is why we work all over the world to build the profession and make the society fairer and more transparent. Now, if you look at the slides, which is up now, it actually shows where exactly Asia at this point of time. All right. Now, looking at the world map, the dot here is actually showing where ACCA currently present. Now, if you look at this, we have the strength of about 241 members and approximately 542,000 future members, which refers to the students, and in about 178 countries. Now, It's actually practically to tell you that we actually almost everywhere. So you can imagine the network that you're going to have once you become member. Yeah, it's not limited to Malaysian members only, but you also can network members around the globe. Now, we do support our students and members with the existence of our offices around the globe, like I mentioned earlier, with about 17 offices, and which one being here in Malaysia, and we are located at Mid Valley, Kuala Lumpur, right? Now, in terms of the approved employers, now who are these approved employers? They are the one that you can actually work with in the future for you to gain or accumulate your practical experience in order for you to become member. Now, close to about 8,000 globally, but here in Malaysia, we work with about 200 plus approved employer. Now, how do you know who are these employers? You can always go to our acglobal.com website. On the search button, you type approved employers and click the link, sort under Malaysia, and you can actually see all the lists of the employers that we have in Malaysia itself. All right. Now, we also do support our students with our approved learning providers. Yeah, approved learning providers means the institutions that are going to teach ACCA, support your exam journey, your study, and so on. Yeah. Now, 322 globally and about 20 plus in Malaysia. Now, I'm sure you all know that UiTM also one of the approved learning providers. They are actually our platinum provider. Yeah, the highest accreditations for providers globally, right? Now, the accountancy professions and the landscape. The role of the finance professional is constantly changing. Yeah, it's no longer just like referring to a number. Here at ACCA, we're constantly adapting our qualification, staying relevant to today and anticipating the challenges for the professional of tomorrow. We regularly research the evolving needs of employers to make sure we continue to produce accountants with the knowledge and skill sets to stay at the forefront of the profession and in demand all over the world. Now, by now, I'm sure you all should know what this number referring to. Yeah, our nations aspired to produce 60,000 professional qualified accountant by year 2030. But as of now, as of 31st July 2022, the stats actually taken from the MIA website, we only have this number, yeah, close to about 38,000. So what does it mean here? Now, in my eyes, in my so-called my own analysis, I'm sure you have your own, yeah. The way I look at it, there's actually a lot of opportunity waiting for you all. Okay, you are in demand, which shows that there's a shortage of professional accountant here in Malaysia. So what you need to do, go on, complete with your degree, top up with the professional qualifications like ACCA, and yes, there you go. You'll be part of this number where career opportunity is waiting for you outside there. All right. Now, the pathway for you to become a chartered accountant here in Malaysia, where you can carry the title CA. Now, in Malaysia, we're actually bound by the Accounting Act 1967, where you are required to register with MIA. Yeah, of course, along with all the requirements, then you can become a chartered accountant. Yeah, of course, if your degree from UiTM is already part of the pathway, but in view of the employer's requirement, they would prefer or they will need someone with the professional qualification on top of your accounting degree. Yeah. So therefore, with your degree, get the professional qualifications like ACCA, fulfill the requirement where you need to perform or to accumulate 3 years working experience, then you can apply to both, being the MIA member as well as ACCA, where you can carry the title CA and ACCA behind your name. All right. Now, the business qualification for a fast changing world. Now, for those of you who are still contemplating which qualification to choose, there must be a ton of questions running in your mind. So maybe I can share some insights here. Yeah. So with the ACCA qualifications, you can choose your career path. If you're looking for an international career, you've come to the right place. Now, have you seen earlier in the video, they talk about the career opportunity globally. So the qualifications is actually recognized all over the world, and it is flexible too, giving you a broad base as well as opportunities to specialize. So you can pursue a career you're passionate about almost everywhere. Now, when I say opportunities to specialize, when you embark your journey into this career, it doesn't mean that you have to perform or do one particular job for the rest of your life. Say, for example, you start with audit or tax. So it doesn't mean you have to do that for the rest of your life. Yeah. So it's just a platform for you to gain the experience, and moving forward, you can always, embark to a career or a job that you are most passionate about. Yeah. So you can embark your journey in any way. And actually, that leads to my next point, which is mobility, something that allows you to practice anywhere in the world, regardless of sector or industry. Meaning to say, this profession, it doesn't limit you to just to be working here in Malaysia itself. Yeah, so it will give you the opportunity or a passport for you to move around. Now, say for example, you aspire or wish to work abroad. Let's say for example in Singapore, Melbourne, or even in London. Because personally, in my past experience, I've seen quite a number of Malaysian ASEAN members who are working in these few locations. Yeah, I have the opportunity to visit our office in UK. So we do have an event where we actually met with our Malaysian member who are currently working in the London itself. Yeah, so there are quite a number of them. So it's actually similar to you. Should you wish to work in this particular location, there's always an opportunity for you. ACCA qualification itself is already a passport for you to use to move around for your career development. All right. So next, stand out to the top employers. When you become an ACCA member, you have a skill sets that organizations everywhere are looking for now and in the future. Why? Because we shape our qualifications around the needs of the employers and the evolving challenges that they face. Yeah. Now, when I say we develop our qualifications according to industry needs, so you may find or may notice that we do actually amend our syllabus from time to time. That's actually to suit to the industry needs, so that your qualification and your knowledge are staying relevant to the current needs in the industry. All right. So next, you can actually make an impact. ACCA gives you the skills to add value in any environment. The ACCA qualifications requires practical experience as well as learning, as well as teaching, technical learning. So by the time you qualify, you already have at least 3 years hands-on experience and know how to leverage your skills to make a difference. Yeah. Now, next, you can become a leader. You will develop the skills and behaviors to lead people, drive decision making, and implement changes. You learn how to get the best out of the new technologies, and you have the access to the latest insight and a global network of a forward-thinking professional to help you to keep your organizations ahead of the curve. And last but not least, you also will be able to prepare for the future. Our world is changing rapidly, and organizations need finance professionals who can help them to adapt, harness new technologies, and look beyond what's possible now. Studying with ACCA, you will address the big themes in business and the finance and how to get the most from them. You also develop the ability to work across geographies, and you will act to the highest professional and ethical standards. And at that point of time, whatever the future brings, you'll be ready by then, right? Now, let's take a look of the ACCA qualifications. There are three elements to the memberships, which we like to call simply the three E's, which is the exams, ethics, and experience. So these three E's you need to complete in order for you to apply to become ACCA members. Now, let's take a look on the exams. The ACCA qualifications comprises of the applied knowledge, applied skills, and strategic professional levels, a total of 13 papers. With your degree, which already has been accredited by ACCA, you are eligible to claim a maximum 9 papers exemption. So meaning to say, the modules under applied knowledge and applied skill will be exempted for UiTM students. So you don't have to do anymore. So particularly, you only left with 4 more papers under strategic professional, which is 2 being in essential, the compulsory modules that you need to complete. And when you reach to options, you just need to choose 2 out of 4. All right, so 4 papers only. There are 4 exams in a year, which means you can arrange your study and exams plans to suit your schedule and preparations. Yeah, and passing mark for ACCA is 50. Whenever you go for the exam, please make sure that you achieve 50 marks to pass the exams. Yeah, 49 fail. Okay, this is not something like what you learn in degree, because in degree you'll be able to how do I say that? Yeah, perhaps during your quizzes, assignments, you have carry marks to be accumulated with your final exam. But for ACCA is purely exam based. Exam delivery will be online. Yeah, there will be no more paper-based exam. So what does it mean online? When you are ready to sit for the paper, for the exams, you got to choose. The exams locations, and ACCA will assign you to the respective exam center. So during the exam, you just need to go to the respective center, and you don't have to bring your devices, because all this will be provided by the exam center. Computer terminal, for example, it will be there for you. You just need to go and do your exams accordingly. Yeah. Alternatively, there's also another options for you to do your exams. If you don't wish to go to the center, you can always opt to do at your own place. Meaning to say, you might want to do the exam at your own home. All right. So this is what we call remote invigilated exams. Yeah. So before you can proceed to book or to do exam via this platform, ACCA will actually require you to perform a system check. Yeah, they will ask you to do whether to check whether your devices, your network is whether it's going to be compatible with the ACCA exams requirement. If you pass, then you can proceed to do the exam via RI, remote invigilated. Right now, the time limit, the strategic professional, which the 4 papers that you need to do, what is the timeline for you to complete this paper? All right, whether are you allowed to repeat once, twice, or 3 times? What's going to happen after that? So in ACCA, under strategic professional, you are given 7 years to complete the 4 papers. So what does it mean? Now, the 7 years will start counting when you pass the first ACCA paper exam. Okay, it's not when you register with ACCA. The clock will start counting at the point when you pass the first paper until you complete the entire 4 papers. Now, what's going to happen? You pass 3 papers and 1 more paper to go, and you keep repeating and repeating. Remember, every paper that you pass, the 7 years time it will start counting. Yeah. So if you have 1 more paper to go and you will reach the 7 years limit. So whatever paper that exceeds 7 years at the point when you pass the paper, you got to reattempt the paper again. Yeah. Now the logic in here is that perhaps whatever you learn in the past 7 years ago may not be practical anymore. So therefore, you need to relearn again. Yeah. But trust me, students, I really don't think that you need 7 years to complete or to pass the 4 papers. Just give yourself perhaps about 2 to 3 years or maximum 3 years to complete all 4 papers. And from there on, just go on and complete your practical experience and apply to become ACCA member. All right. Now, the next element that you need to complete is the ethics and Professional Skills module, or in short, I call it EPSM. So the ACCA EPSM is actually, it's not only about ethics, but there are elements of professional skills embedded in it to help in one attempting the strategic professional papers. The EPSM exposes you to skills like commercial awareness, leadership skills, teamwork, data analytic, and so on. Yeah, this is actually an online learning. Once you have registered into the ACCA, you'll be able to access your ACCA account for you to do this EPSM itself. Yeah, there will be approximately between 15 to 20 hours to complete this online learning, and together with the final assessment. With an assessment at the end, upon passing, you will get a certificate. Yeah, when you complete, you'll be able to get the completion certificate, and which you must pass the assessment itself. All right. So roughly there will be about 10 units altogether where you need to complete all, including the what we call that uh, the assessment. All right. Now for students, the EPSM sets a strong base for you to embark on the strategic business leader paper. Yeah. Earlier, I mentioned about the two essential paper, one of it SPL, strategic business leader, and one strategic business reporting, SPR. So by completing this EPSM, you actually it's actually help for you to develop a strong base for you to have the better understanding about the paper. Yeah. So therefore we do encourage you to complete this before you start attempting the ACCA strategic professional paper. Now, when I say strongly encourage, it doesn't mean that you have to do it. Yeah, because I've seen students, some of them they prefer to do it before or while doing the strategic professional papers, or even after they completed the exam, then only they will do this EPSM. So I'll leave it to you on that. All right. The next element that you need to complete before you become an ACCA member is the practical experience requirement. So in short, we call it PR. Yeah. So this is another key element that one absolutely must have before you can be a professionally qualified member of ACCA. The flexibility that ACCA has allows you to accumulate the experience from before, during, or after you pass the ACCA exams. Now, to complete the PR, you need to achieve 36 months of a supervised experience. This should be in a relevant accounting or finance role. Yeah, you also complete 9 performance objectives, where all 5 essential and 4 technical objectives. Now, early on, I talk about the flexibility that ACCA has, which allows you to accumulate the experience before or current or even after you complete the ACCA exams. Now, good news is that when you perform your 6-month internships later on, the 6 months also can contribute into this 3 years working experience. But please do note that the 6 months practical experience actually subject to your manager or your supervisor, because I do understand that the internship is actually based on performance. If your manager or your supervisor agrees to it, approve, then the 6 months can be accumulated in the 3 years working requirement, right? Now, next, let's talk about the ACCA careers. ACCA careers is our very own job board for more exciting opportunities in a myriad of sectors that could benefit you as a student. Career advice like writing a good CV and preparing for a virtual interview are also made available here to support your journey. Now, I can simply say that this is something similar to the rest of the other online job portal like LinkedIn, JobStreet, and many others. But the difference is that this is actually developed by ACCA, and mainly the participating employers are mostly our approved employers. Yeah. Now, this is how the platforms look like. Now, to access this, again, go to the accaglobal.com website. you search for ACCA careers, you click the link, and you will be able to access this page. Now, what I would encourage you to do is that do register because it's for free, and perhaps revise or update your CV and upload in your account in here. Yeah. So who knows? One day the employers are browsing through and happen to come across your CV and they like what they see. So you actually stand a chance for them to call you for an interview, especially for those who are about to embark or to look for an internship placement, right? Now, if you notice also in this page, you will see UK, Europe, Asia Pac, and many other parts of the world. Yeah, go on and click this link and each of it. Yeah, because it actually lists down all the job opportunities available in this location. Now, who knows? You may want to try out, to work in UK, for example. Go and apply. You might get the opportunity to work in this locations. All right. Now, this page actually tells you the jobs by sector. Even in the video earlier on, it will already tell you the variety or the jobs that are available in this profession. It doesn't limit you to just go for an accounting or in public practices, yeah, because there are other industry that you can actually embark your journey in. Say, for example, in banking, education, energy, global business services, and many others. Yeah, so feel free to browse through this page because it will tells you or it will actually give you the overview, the job opportunities that are available in many industries. Now, ACCA Career Navigator, this is another platform that has been developed by ACCA. It's actually our very own, it's actually a platform that aims to help students and our members to grow into a senior leadership roles by identifying exactly what capabilities are required at every level, which to help them to map their own skills. Meaning to say, it's actually a platform where it will tells you the what we call that the skills that you need to develop in order for you to achieve your aspired career. All right. So again, it is made available for our members and students, and it's actually available in our ACCA website. So feel free to explore this platform. Now, next, let's talk about the professional insight. Yeah, this is actually the key pieces that ACCA have invested a lot as well. It is a compilations of ACCA thought leadership and the many partnership with the industry leaders and other global bodies. Now, as a student, again, I will encourage you to explore to this platform to read out all the materials in here. So it's actually help you to make understanding the current and future trends. Yeah. Among others, reports that has been posted in here, we'll talk about digitalizations, Gen Z, Gen Y, all the requirements in here. What is the differences? What we call that? The expectations, and many others. So I trust some of the reports here will definitely help you in your degree study as well, because I know that you might need to learn a subject where you need to perform or read case study and so on. Okay. Now, the highlight of today's session, of course, we talk about the ACCA Accelerate program. Now, today, I understand that the participants are mainly, or I would say that participants are from the UiTM branch campuses. So this slot's actually meant for you all, yeah, branch campuses student, because I've done earlier for Shah Alam campus because there will be a slight difference in the requirement. So students, for branch campuses, this is for you to know what exactly required from you in order for you to register into this platform. Now, a little bit overview of the scheme is that the accelerated program is actually a special arrangement between ACCA and UiTM. With this pathway, you'll be presented with an opportunity to kickstart your journey towards obtaining a professional qualifications as early as while you're still doing your degree study. Yeah, so accelerate pathway is meant for students who are still in your degree study. So therefore, you are required to register during this period of time. Once you have graduated from your degree, you no longer eligible to this program anymore. Meaning to say you cannot register under accelerate program anymore. Yeah, so you need to register under a normal pathway. So what is this all about? The benefits that you can gain from this platform is that first, we talk about the career opportunities. ACCA provide you with a platform to connect with the employers. We do have various sessions. In fact, we already planned some for our ACCA students to join this workshop, webinars, and others. Yeah. So when I talked about it, it's actually what we call that sessions where we invite the employers to talk about career opportunities, or even they will provide a soft skills training, or even to talk about a specific industry for you to know. Yeah. So you might know about the what we call that the opportunities for you that you can apply to the tax and audit, but it's actually give you the platforms to know other opportunities like corporate finance, um, forensic accounting, and many others. Yeah. So in a way, we are actually building a bridge for you to connect to your future employers. So students, once you become an SCA member, SCA students will definitely invite you to participate in these sessions. Now, next, let's talk about the exclusive value. This is the discount that you can gain when you register under Accelerate. So I'll have another slide for you to show where we'll give you the details of how much saving or how much discount that you can actually enjoy through this program. Okay. Now, get a head start. This actually, being an ACCA Accelerate student, you have the opportunity to take the exam while pursuing your degree, and it's actually to fast track to your ACCA membership. All right. Now, when I say this, you can actually compare with your peers. You yourself take up the ACCA Accelerate program, where you'll be able to pass one or two papers during your degree to compare with your peers who just have a degree. Yeah. So it actually gives you the head start to fast track your ACCA membership, where you can actually pass or complete the exam faster. And that's lead to my next point, where it will helps you to enhance your CV. Yeah. So by having to register with the ACCA Accelerate program, and perhaps you pass one or two papers, you can put in your CV that you are actually partially qualified in the ACCA qualifications. In the eyes of the employers, when they look at this, they will treat you as someone who is committed towards completing your professional qualification. So it gives add value to your CV. Now, when you apply for a job, when employers look at your CV, you will definitely stand a chance for them to shortlist you for the interview to compare with candidates who only have one qualifications in their CV. All right. Now, last but not least, this also allows you to be able to become part of the ACCA membership community. All right. So you'll be able to connect or network with members or students not only in Malaysia, but any other parts of the world. Now, this is the discount benefits that I mentioned earlier. Now, in here, I actually put normal registrations as a comparison. Normal registrations referring to if you register after you complete your degree study. All right. as I mentioned earlier, in order for you to be able to register under Accelerate program, you must register while you're still in your degree study. So when you reach to your third year of your degree study, part 5 onwards, you then actually eligible to register into this Accelerate program. Now let's take a look. The initial registrations, the one-time payment, under Accelerate program, you just need to pay £20. Yeah, it's already a discount rate, whereby you wait until you complete your degree, then only you register to ACCA, then you have to pay the full amount, which is £89. Annual subscriptions, the yearly payment, the fees under Accelerate programs will be waived during your degree study. Meaning to say, while doing your degree, the fees is going to waive. You don't have to pay a single cent. Yeah, you only required to pay after you graduated. Now, example, you registered to the Accelerate program and your graduation's year is in year 2023. So you only start paying annual subscriptions from year 2024 onwards. All right? Okay. Exemption fees for the 9 papers, though the paper has been exempted and you don't have to take for the exam, but you still required to pay for the exemption fee. Now, for Accelerate student, the fees for each paper will be charged at a flat rate, yeah, which is already been discounted, where you need to pay £25 per paper. All in all, for 9 papers, you only need to pay £225, whereby under normal registrations, which you wait until, you register after you complete your degree, then you are required to pay in a full fees, which costs you about £942. I know, right? It's quite, a bulk payment is quite expensive. So therefore, in here, I will encourage you to consider to take up this Accelerate program, because it will give you a huge discount, especially in the exemption fees. Now, exemption fee under Accelerate program, you don't have to pay now, okay? Even you don't have, you have not paid for the fees while you're still in your degree, but you are still allowed to start taking the ACCA exams, yeah? So the fees will be deferred to a maximum of 1 year, all right? Now, to know exactly when is the deadline, you have to refer to the Accelerate letter that will be given to you for you to register later on, yeah? There's a date indicated there for you to refer, so you must make sure that once you have completed your degree, pass and get the official degree and transcript, you must upload the document before the said date, yeah, the date that before the date that has been indicated in the letter. So once you have done that, ACCA will process your exemptions and to issue you the invoice of £225. Okay, remember to monitor or to observe the deadline, because if you submit the documents after the deadline, then you won't be able to claim the discount anymore. I'm afraid you have to pay the fees in full already. Okay. Now, for the benefits of you all, to know what other fees that you need to pay, here in ACCA, you are required to pay for the exam fees as well. Yeah. So how much gonna be? I will encourage you to refer to the website as from time to time, especially when you are ready to sit for exam, which apparently ACCA exam fees will increase from year to year. All right. So how do you do that? In the ACCA global website, on the search button, you type fees and charges, you click the link, you sort under Malaysia. Now, for those who are ready to sit for the papers or ready to register for the exam, please observe the exams entry deadlines. Here we have 2 deadlines, which is standard and late entry. Now, I'll give you an example. For the December exam sessions, for SBR paper, Under standard entry, the fees will be £172. That is the exam fees, yeah? So you have to make sure you need to register before 31st October 2022. Should you miss the deadline, then I'm afraid you need to go for the late entry, which will cost you quite expensive in here. So therefore, I will please be reminded that always observe the exam entry deadline, especially when you are ready to register for it. Okay. Now, ACCA study support and resources. On top of the tuition classes that you can get from UiTM or from any other institutions, which is our approved learning provider, you also can actually find some of the online learning materials through our ACCA website. Yeah. So go on to the accaglobal.com. Under Students tab, you click Study Support Resources, then you can find all these informations here. There will be syllabus, study guide, specimen exam, past year questions and answer is all available in here. Okay, so feel free to explore because again, it is free for all. Yeah, especially for our students. Now, how do you start? How do you register for the ACCA Accelerate program? So first, you make sure that you are in your part 5 of your degree study onwards. Part 5 onwards means if you're in part 5, part 6, part 7, and 8, you are eligible to register in this program. So again, to remind you, please register. Make sure you register before you complete your final semester exam. This is more, This is more for those who are currently in part 8 students already. Yeah. So make sure if you're already in part 8, do register before completing your final semester. Okay. So there are 2 documents required. First, you need the accelerate letter. So this one is going to be provided to you through your university or even through the respective ACCA ambassador in your campuses. Okay, so this is going to be circulated around, and please make sure that you get the letter according to your graduation year. Okay, because every graduation year you have a separate letter. Okay, you'll be assigned a letter according to the graduation year because each of these letter will carry a specific code for you to register. Okay, now apart from the letter, you also need to have your IC scan. Okay, because these 2 documents is going to be uploaded during the registrations, and after that you need to get ready of your debit or credit card for you to make the payment of £20. Yeah. So exemption fee again, you don't have to pay now. You have the 1 year deferment, a maximum of 1 year, which again you will refer to the letter that I mentioned earlier on. Okay. Now, before I move on to my next slide, a little bit about the advertisements here. There will be an upcoming challenge, which is actually organized by Deloitte. ACCA is actually part of the co-partner of this. So feel free to consider to join this challenge. Yeah, register before 18 September. Again, I will circulate this info with the ambassador for you guys to have the barcode. All right. Now, before I move on to the next slides, for you, I need to show you the sample of the letter. Now, in here, feel free to copy this contact details. This is my email and my mobile phone. Should I've not covered some of the informations, or you might have questions from time to time to ask about this program, you can contact me through my email or my mobile phone, or alternatively, you can also contact our ACCA ambassador through your campus's representative. Okay, so I trust you have snapped the what we call that, the picture of these slides. So let me bring you to this. Okay, so trust you are looking at this, what we call that, a sample of the UiTM accelerate letter. Okay, this is going to be provided to you again to the uni or to the student ambassador. As I mentioned earlier, you will be given a letter according to your degree completion year. So in here, I'm showing you for those who are going to complete the degree in 2023. Now, how do you know? The completions here refers to the date or the period where you complete your exam. Yeah, it's not referring to the convocation ceremony. Say, for example, you're going to sit for your exam in November 2023. So this is the letter for you. Yeah, because I understand that the convocation will take place maybe sometimes on the following year. So it's not referring to the convocations, but the period or the date when you complete your final exam. Yeah. So this is a letter, and the code for you to insert during the registration will be 31W. Okay. So 2022 graduates or 2024, they will have a different sets of code. Okay. So now moving forward, let me show you the 1 year deferments I mentioned earlier. For 2023 graduate students, you have until 31st January 2025 for you to upload your, what we call that, the documents, your official degree and transcript, in order for you to claim for the exemptions and to pay for the exemption fee. Somehow you can do it earlier, but make sure that it's not going to exceed this date, 31st January 2025. All right. So with that, I think I've covered all the steps and the sample of the letter. So let me stop here now, and I'll pass back to the MC for the next sessions. Over to you, MC.
Alright, thank you, Mr. Peter, for the informative speech. I hope everyone could take note of what our speaker delivered just now. May the students get the clarification regarding the ACCA Accelerate program and identify what they need to prepare before taking the ACCA Accelerate program. Alright, so let's move to the next session with one of the ACCA Accelerate students, Ms. Noor Azidawati binti Abdul Razak. Hi, Ms. Azida, could you hear me?
Hi, yes, Ilya, I can hear you.
Okay, how are you feeling today?
Good. How are you?
I'm good too. Alright, so can you give like a brief introduction about yourself?
Yes, Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Noor Azidawati binti Abdul Razak. I'm a Bachelor of Accountancy student, currently in Part 8 and doing my practical training. I'm also the ACCA Accelerate student, which means I'm doing degree full-time and ACCA part-time. So I'm also one of the UiTM ambassador.
Alright, thank you, Miss Azida. Alright, so for this sharing session, I will ask few questions to Miss Azida that relate to her journey while taking the ACCA Accelerate program. So the first question is, before deciding to take the ACCA Accelerate program, is there something that encouraged you to enter into this field?
Yes, accounting has been my passion, and I really want to be specialized in this field. Having degree is good enough, but each year, I've been seeing that a lot of students graduating from UiTM and other university. I was thinking, how can I compete with all of these outstanding graduates? Like, what value do I have? So I try to get involved with activities like the competition, like what Mr. Peter mentioned just now. I'm one of the finalists of Deloitte Audit Business Challenge 2021, and I'm also trying to engage with other volunteering activities. Then I come across with the opportunity to pursue the ACCA Accelerate in UiTM Puncak Alam. As far as I'm concerned, ACCA is one of the best professional accounting bodies, and I think this would be a great opportunity for me to differentiate myself among others. Because having ACCA is one thing, but having ACCA while pursuing your degree, it really shows that you have the commitment to pursue on this accounting profession. So yeah, that's it. Of course, I was scared to make this decision to enter on this ACC Accelerate, but with the supports that I get from my families, my friends, and even from the lecturer, we have several meetings before I really officially become the ACC Accelerate student. So all of these things give me some sort of confidence and security for me to pursue on this pathway.
All right, thank you, Azira. Well, that's true actually. We actually need at least this professional qualification to compete with those in the market that have higher academic qualifications. And what I'm trying to say is that having a degree is actually good, but by having this professional qualification actually can help you to stand out from the others. So I think they can relate from what you're saying just now because that's the truth. Okay, so moving on, I guess everyone here is curious about your journey of taking ACC Accelerate program. So may I know, since you're moving towards the end of your studies, right? So can you give us like a view on your journey as an ACC Accelerate student in UiTM Puncak Alam?
Sure. Okay. I think my ACC Accelerate journey in UiTM Puncak Alam is a little bit different with ACC Accelerate in other UiTM branches. But let me share you a little bit insight of my journey so that you can plan ahead for your own ACC Accelerate journey. So before I was taking this SCC Accelerate, we've been given the briefing, and I've got to know that in order for me to get the sponsorship, I need to maintain the CGPA for at least 3.4 or 3.5 and above. So that's what I strive first. I go for the CGPA first. And I think even though you are not going for the sponsorship, this is what you need to strive first. Go with maintaining your CGPA first, because having a good knowledge in degree will indirectly helps you in passing the ACCA paper later on. So okay, let me share you about the ACCA syllabus. Okay, in my fifth semester, I was taking the Advanced Financial Management (IFM), which is quite similar to our degree subject, which is Math 653, which we'll be taking on fifth semester. So by gaining the understanding in ACCA subject helps me indirectly in degree subject. So it's like killing two birds with one stone. That's the good things about ACC Accelerate. And then later on in seventh semester, I'm doing my second and third paper, which is the Advanced Audit and Assurance AAA and Strategic Business Reporting SBR. So in seventh semester, since we are ACCA, our ACCA syllabus been embedded into our degree program, in which we are required to take the course 4695, 4696, which is equivalent to the SBR paper, and AUD 695, AUD 696, which is equivalent to our AAA paper. But I'm not sure if you are at your branches, you've been given the choice of this elective. But if you can take this elective, I encourage you, because it has the syllabus is quite the same as ACCA. So if you take the ACCA Accelerate, you can study for both. Okay, that's my second and third paper. And then from currently, I managed to pass 3 out of 4 of my paper, which is AFM, SBR, then AAA. Currently, I'm preparing for for my next paper, which is Strategic Business Leadership (SBL). It's kind of it's about the management, about leadership, about and part of it is governance. So it's kind of a mixture of CRG 650, our MGT, our MAF 01. So that really, I think the syllabus is there's not much difference. It's just that for ACCA syllabus, it is more deeper and more emphasis on the practical knowledge which you would need to apply to the case study. So that's a little bit insight of my journey taking the ACCA Accelerate in UiTM Pucuk Alam.
I see. So if any of you guys are planning to take the ACCA Accelerate program, make sure you take note about this, okay? So next question. As a degree student who is taking ACCA Accelerate program, your schedule must be so packed, and since you have to focus on your degree and ACCA at the same time. So what is the biggest challenge at the moment and how do you handle it?
Taking ACCA has always been a challenge for me, but this time it's a little bit different since currently I'm doing my practical training, so I'm tied up with my work from 9 to 5:30 p.m. I think the biggest challenge for me right now is in terms of time management in order for me to get some time to study my ACCA subject. So what I always do is try to have like a schedule or to-do list by listing out the tasks that I need to do, and I prioritize it, and then I will try to do the easiest task first and followed by the others. I have to admit that I'm not very good at time management, but I do manage to allocate some of my time to study ACCA despite of having the commitment like as a trainee, as a UiTM student, as well as the ACCA ambassador. So that's how I try to manage the challenge.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you for sharing your experience and tips about this. Because actually, most students tend to procrastinate their work and end up being stressed about it. You know, you can't get something for nothing, right? And all the benefits actually come at a cost. So I think one thing that every student needs to sacrifice is actually time, because successful people are very good at managing time. So make sure you learn the skill of time management if you want to be successful in life, okay? And you may use the same method as what our speaker mentioned just now. Okay, so Miss Azida, may I know what kind of resources do you have or use to study ACCA?
Okay, for us as CC Accelerate student, we are required to purchase the BPP books. It comes with a course book and revision kit. For the course book, it basically the whole syllabus of the subject, and for the revision kit, we are going to be provided with the ebook. Actually, the ebook is available for both course uh, course workbook and the revision kit. And then for the revision kit, we're going to have the past year question together with its solution, together with the examiner's comment. This examiner's comment is very helpful because it highlight the key point or key tricks in the questions. Also, they highlight the commonly made mistakes by the student. So if you take ACCA, that is one thing that you need to look at, the examiner's comment. Other than that, the ACCA Global also provide us a lot of resources like the technical articles. It is basically like the a selected topic from our syllabus. They put it in articles for you to read. Also, sometimes there are also the current issue that is related to our subject. So yeah, that's one of the resources. And then since we are moving to our computer-based exam, ACCA also provide us with the test rich platform, TESTREACH test rich platform, for us to practice answering the question using the platform as if in the real exam condition. So that's are the resources that we've got.
Alright, I think most of them are actually very curious about this, so thank you so much for answering. Okay, last question before we end this sharing session. What is one piece of advice would you give to someone that is interested to jump into this field?
Yeah, we've always been told about the ACCA low passing rate, but this is not one size fits all because for each subject they have their own passing rate. For example, for SPL we got 50% passing rate, which I think is good enough because considering that the one that taking the ACCA have a lot of background, like they could be do it part time while working, or they having their own family, so they didn't have time to study a lot. So it is quite challenging, but I think it is meant to be challenging for everyone who want to become a professional accountant. So you know that in order to become a professional accountant is not an easy journey. It requires you to have a good knowledge, a good skills, communication skills, and a good ethics. So that's what makes ACCA qualification is challenging. And I think it is interesting that ACCA prep us with the practical knowledge which we can apply to a case study, and not only like just theoretical part, but instead we being taught to apply it to the scenario. And for everyone keen to take on this ACCA Accelerate, I advise you to do some research. And in fact, you've already done part of it by joining this program. So well done. And then try to consult with your families, your lecturers, or even your friends about your decision to take the ACCA Accelerate. Yeah, so next thing to do is to prepare yourself physically, mentally, and financially. And I have to say that ACCA qualification is challenging, but it is doable. So that is my advice to everyone, and good luck.
Alright, thank you, Miss Azida. I hope all students were inspired after hearing your experience. Okay, so alright. Now all of you may leave your questions in the comment section if there is anything you want to ask the speakers, and I will read it for you guys. Alright, so the first question is from Fitrah Kaidir. I'm currently a diploma student and I plan to take ACCA after my diploma. Is there any similar program like the Accelerate program for diploma students?
Okay, let me answer these questions. For diploma, I mean for UiTM, we only have an arrangement for accelerate for the degree students only. Yeah, for diploma we don't have, but somehow like what you mentioned here, you wanted to pursue your ACCA straight from your diploma. So in here, what I can tell you is that the diploma from UiTM itself already allows you to claim 4 papers exemptions. Yeah, so meaning to say you have 9 more papers to go. All right. There will be no accelerate program for diploma in UiTM. Should you want to proceed, go on to the ACCA, complete 9 papers, or alternatively, you continue the degree and you have 4 papers to go after that. All right. So I hope I've answered that.
Alright, thank you, Mr. Peter. Next question from Arif Arshad. May I ask Mr. Peter, the annual subscription waive till end of degree studies. So does that mean it will accumulate the amount and we have to pay a lump sum, or we don't have to pay for annual subscription at all?
Yeah, okay. No, the amount is not going to be accumulated. Yeah, so the waiver during your degree, it means that you don't have to pay at all. So after you graduate, when you on the next following year, you have to start paying, right? So you just need to pay according to the year. Yeah, it's not going to be like they accumulate for the last 3 years punya fees. No, it's not.
Alright, so I hope that answered the question. So from Nurin Izati, if I take this accelerated program, can I take the papers after completing my degree or need to take it while being a degree student?
Okay. Now, by having said this, I mean earlier, we do encourage you, yeah, considering that it actually helps to add value in your CV, yeah, where perhaps you register and pass 1 or 2 papers during degree, and you can put it in your CV. But then, it's not compulsory for you to immediately start. This is actually applicable for branch campuses, yeah. It is not compulsory for you to take, but we do encourage. Now, again, being a student previously, I do understand the challenges that you guys going to face, yeah, during your study, where you need to attend your classes, you need to study for your exams, and on top of that, there will be assignments. If you really think that you won't be able to do at least 1 paper during your degree, not to worry at all. Just make sure that you registered into the accelerated program during degree, and you can actually start doing the exam after you graduated. It can be done. Okay.
Alright, next question. Assalamualaikum, my name is Daniel. Waalaikumsalam. I want to ask that if there is still a chance after we had take the diploma but want to take the ACCA in the degree studies.
Hold on. Now let me just try to understand the questions. There's a chance for us to be. I think the question says that after diploma, continue to degree and take accelerate. Do I understand the questions correctly?
I think so.
Yeah. So if it's referring to this, that's where the current program is all about. Yeah. So after diploma, you continue to your degree study, and then you can register into the accelerate for you to do the ACS study during your degree. Yeah. It's like how Miss Azida currently doing. Okay.
Yes.
Alright, thank you. So a question from Hami Alpha. Do you have advice to people who have the intention to pursue ACCA but don't really have the gut to register because they're afraid of failing the paper?
Okay. Yeah. You see the needs of these professional qualifications in the industry, right? But yet, you might be like wondering, am I able to do it, or how? Yeah. So for me, is always take a chance for you to develop yourself, or even there's a say that you are not afraid to take risks, lah, something like that. Okay. But considering all this, again, I think you left with no choice. You have to have something to add value to your current qualification in order for you to move up to your career. Now, this is not to say that with your degree you won't be able to get a job out there. Yeah, you still can, but it's just that there might be like a barrier for you to move up further. Now, I'll give you an example. If you are joining audit firm, for example, audit firm may take you in to work as an audit associate, for example. But when you are in there, in order for you to move up to your next level, let's say to become assistant manager or manager level, you won't be able to get it. Yeah, because the company itself already sets a requirement where you need to perhaps pass certain number of papers in the professional qualification, or even they say that you must complete your professional qualification first in order for you to be promoted to the next level. Yeah. So this is how the job market or the industry nowadays. So again, you have to think about it. I'm sure they must be aware, like even though you say you have no gut, but I think in UiTM, again, we already been trained on the study method and so on. I'm sure there's a way for us or for you to, to get through with it.
I think it's your chance to push yourself to what you can do. So take it as a challenge.
Right. I think most of the students actually worried about failing the exams because they got demotivated even when they fail a paper. But I personally think failure is something that you have to go through to be successful. So because if it was easy, then everyone will pass the exam and be successful. So if you ever fail and fall, just stand back and move forward, okay? So moving to the next question from Mashita. Hi, may I know what kind of sponsorship you receive?
Currently, I am receiving the sponsorship for Mara, but a lot of March the what I received, but it's like convertible loan. So if you pass within your graduation, you probably get 50% discount or something like that.
Okay. I think let me just add on to that. I think in Puncak Alam, I think there's some arrangement given to the accelerated students, also a so-called professional pathway. Yeah, you'll be able to apply for Mara and even Peneraju actually giving them the funding. Okay, but for branch campuses, I believe sponsorship body like Peneraju, MyPack also do support you, but it's just that perhaps at this point of time, they will only do this, they only give it to you after you complete your degree because they will expect you to study ACCA full-time later on. Yeah, but just bear with me or I shall share informations to the ambassador from time to time should we receive any new info about the sponsorship that can be extended to you all as well. Okay.
All right, next question from Darwisha Zohaira. Which part in degree will you recommend we should take ACCA acceleration?
Okay, first, before I pass it to Azida to answer on that, but on the ACCA requirement, you are eligible, or I would say I will encourage you to start registering when you are in Part 5 onwards. Yeah. If you're already in Part 6, Part 7, or Part 8 at this point of time, I guess you all should consider. But in ACCA, we will allow you to start registering from Part 5 onwards. As to when you need to sit for the papers, this is answering on ACCA perspective. Once you have registered to the ACCA, say for example in Part 5 onwards, you already have the options or the opportunity to start taking the exams. But perhaps Azida can, help me to answer maybe the questions referring to in terms of the degree syllabus coverage, whether is it sufficient enough for them to start taking the exam? Perhaps Azida can help on that.
Sure. For us in UiTM Puncak Alam, we have the arrangement from UiTM itself for us to take beginning in 5th semester. So because in 5th semester we have 5 which yeah, semester, and then you have 4 papers. So at the end of your graduation, you can complete all 4 papers with a degree qualification. So that's why we need it is encouraged to take in from 5th semester.
I'm not so sure earlier on whether is it my connections that I think Azida was paused a bit. Is it? Okay.
I think my connection.
Okay, tak apa. Let me just recap on what Azida mentioned earlier. For Puncak Alam students, there will be a slight different of the arrangement because they are able to go through with the professional pathway where they are probably their elective papers. The ACS syllabus already embed into it, so they're actually studying for the degree as well as preparing them for the ACCA exams. Yeah. So, however, for branch campuses, again, I'm not really sure whether this elective offered to you. Should it is not, again, you can always, follow accordingly to whatever syllabus are given to you in branch campuses, because that also allow you to get the exemptions. Now, not to worry about that, because again, on top of your degree syllabus that you're currently studying, maybe what you can do, just go and explore some of the materials, or even some tuition, online tuition, for example, to supplement of whatever you have studied in your degree, in order to help you to prepare for the ACCA exam. And from time to time, I will also share the information whether anything coming from ACCA, yeah, especially branch campus students, to assist or to help you in terms of your study support. Okay, so we will definitely do that.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Peter. So next question from Darwisha Zohaira. Which part in degree will you read?
I think we have answered that.
Is there any more questions? Okay. Okay, from Nurin Izati. So another question, if I take this program, can I study with ALP besides UiTM or even outside Malaysia?
Okay, if you are coming from the branch campuses, I think it's clearly that there's nowhere that you be in UiTM Pucha Alam to study. So the answer would be yes. You have the options to perhaps consider any LP that is nearby to your locations. Yeah. If it's not physical, then you can always opt for online study. Now, the next line, or even outside Malaysia, yes, you can, because ACCA study is quite flexible. It doesn't mean that you have started in Malaysia, you have to complete in Malaysia. Now, who knows, during degree, you have completed 1 or 2 papers, and after you graduated from your degree, you got an opportunity or funding for you to continue the remaining ACCA papers in UK, for example. Yes, it can be done. Yeah.
All right, thank you. So, okay, from Farah Arifin, how to get in touch with UiTM branch ACCA ambassador? Maybe Miss Azira can answer this.
You can get in touch with us through our official UiTM ACC ambassador. Just search and you will find, and there you can find a lot of information about ACC Accelerate. And yeah, you can DM us if you have any question.
Yeah. So I think what it meant here is that you contact through their social media platforms, and I think to make them easier to know where you are exactly, which campus you are from, maybe you can just indicate I am from KK campus, for example. So then the ACCA team ambassador will then assign you to the respective ambassador from the respective campus. I think that's how it works, I think. Yeah.
Also, we got the Telegram for frequently asked questions. So the link is provided in our Instagram. So you can click on the link and join the group to read about the previously asked question.
Well, that's true. You can reach us at any of our social media platforms, okay? So we'll continue the question answer session. So from Nur Adriana Johari, which one is better, diploma to ACCA or diploma degree plus ACCA?
Okay, it's a good question. Yeah. So again, let me just recap on what Miss Azida mentioned earlier. I think there is no what's that, size fits to all. So again, this one you need to ask yourself which one better pathway that works better for you. Now, maybe I can help in giving you some of the differences. Diploma to ACCA, like I mentioned earlier, diploma. When you move on to the ACCA, you'll be given a 4 papers exemption where you just need to do 9 papers. Diploma degree ACCA, then you only left with 4 papers. Now, in terms of timeline, should you prefer to something that quicker for you to get ACCA? I think you just can do some of the calculations here. Diploma to ACCA, where you need to do 9 more papers. So 9 papers if you join or attend classes in any of the tuition provider, for example, so assuming that you do 2 papers in every exam sessions, yeah. So 2 papers, if you do two exam sessions in a year, practically in 1 year you complete 4 papers. So it may take you about two years at least, or 2.5 years to complete ACCA through diploma. Whereby if you go through diploma, degree, ACCA, diploma, you already spend about 2 years, for example, and degree another 2 years, and ACCA maybe another 1 or 2 years to complete. So maybe the timeline here a little bit longer. So again, this is just to help you to make a comparison. At the end of the day, you just need to ask yourself which pathway works well for you. Okay.
All right, next question. Registering accelerated program during degree studies and taking the papers after degree as previously asked. So does that mean we still be getting the benefits of the program?
Yep. As long you register into the accelerate during your degree, so be it you do exams during your degree or even after the degree, the benefits remain the same. Okay. But again, for both, you just need to make sure that you need to claim the exemptions by submitting the documents according to the deadline stated on the letter. So please remember that if you somehow forgot about it and only able to submit the documents after the deadline, then the exemption fee is not going to be discounted anymore. All right. So the key word here is that doing paper during degree or even after you graduated, benefits still remain the same.
Okay. So, Azida, which paper do you think is the hardest? I think.
I'm not very sure, but to my personal experience, I think SBR, strategic business reporting, is probably the hardest because you need to memorize the IFRS standard, and there's a lot of IFRS that you need to know, and you need to know the key important things in that standard. So a lot of people says that uh, advanced audit and assurance is more difficult, but I think SPR is even more difficult because for audit it's about professional skepticism, which you can goreng je, tak adalah goreng, like it's not the fact, it's not from the standard itself, most of it lah. So I think SBR.
I think at the end of the day, I think it's still doable, I may say, yeah. Just matter of like for you to put some extra effort, study, and follow your schedule. And again, hopefully everything goes well. And I think I know Azida personally. She actually attempted 2 papers in one exam session. She actually got through 2 papers. So what I'm trying to say here is that it is doable. Okay.
Yes, it's doable, even though it's hard.
All right, thank you. Okay, so this is the last question. Okay, so is there a minimum CGPA to take this program?
Okay, I will answer on ACCA perspective first. In ACCA, there is no minimum CGPA. Okay, as long you are in Part 5 onwards, you're already eligible to register. Which I think from the what we call that for the branch campuses perspective, I don't think so. There will be a minimum, except if you are in Puncak Alam taking the professional pathway, then there will be a CGPA requirement. Correct me if I'm wrong, yeah, Azida.
Yes, but that is for sponsorship. But if you're not going for sponsorship, everyone is encouraged to take the
Yeah,
ACCA
that's true.
Accelerate.
That's true. Yeah.
All right, so thank you. I will end this Q&A session now. But if any of you have something to ask, you may join our Telegram group at Frequently Answer Questions by UiTM ACCA Ambassador, and you may get the link from our Instagram account, and you may reach us at any of our social media platform. Okay. So with that saying, thank you so much to all our speakers for your time to attend this program. And before we proceed to the quiz session, let's have a quick photography session, and therefore we will appreciate it if everyone here could turn on your cameras and show us your brightest smile, okay? Alright. So in the count of three, everyone smiles again. 3, 2, 1. Alright, great. Thank you, everyone. So before we proceed to our next session, we are going to have a 2 minutes break. So please be back at 11:32 for the quiz briefing and make sure you stay with us until the end, okay? We will be right back after this break.
Hello and greetings everyone. I'll be giving you a quick briefing on our quiz session. So the quiz consists of 10 questions and there will be multiple choice questions, A, B, C, D, and yes or no questions. So to whoever that gets to top 3 will be getting a chance to win our exclusive ACCA merchandise. Okay, let me lay out the rules for this quiz session. Okay, the first crucial rule. Do not forget to type in your full name so we can identify you as our winner. Those with unidentified names, such as using symbols or short forms, will be void and invalid for prize redemption. This quiz is held for UiTM students only. Any breach of these rules will result in being disqualified. Okay, so to join the quiz, you may enter this code. With that being said, I wish you good luck and all the best.
Wow, it may seem that we'll be having a quite a competition here. Anyway, please make sure you use your own real name, okay? Because we cannot recognize you if you use anonymous name or other names than your real name.
That is true. So those that we cannot identify, I'm sorry, but we will have you disqualified. So we will be starting this quiz session at 11:40. So quick, if anyone's like interested in this session, do key in the code and enter this quiz. Right, and so the quiz begins. Okay, let's see the first question. So the first question is ACCA Accelerator examinations occur 4 times a year, which is in there's January, February, March, and April, March, June, September, and December, June, July, August, and September, or March, April, June, and July. So which one would you all think it will be?
Well, yes, indeed. ACCA SRA examinations are conducted 4 times a year: March, June, September, and December.
Okay, so let's look on to the next question. You only need blank marks to pass ACCA examination, whether 50, 60, 45, or 40. So, Ilya, what would you think the marks needed to pass be?
There you have it. They have answered it as quick as lighting. I think they already know the answer.
Yes, I see most of our participants sure know a lot about this program.
Yeah, let's hope they do since we have prizes waiting for the top three. Okay, so the third question is the benefits you will get with ACCA Accelerate will be. It might be tricky.
Yes, indeed.
Wow, bonus answer. That's a lot of benefits actually.
Yes, indeed. ACCA Accelerate does offer those special benefits to its students. So don't forget to register.
Alright, next question. With ACCA Accelerate, you can get 9 papers exemption. So is it yes or no?
So the answer is yes. Graduates of this program will get the full 9 F1 to F9 papers exemptions from ACCA fundamental level. Sorry. I see Nur Shakira is leading right now.
Yeah. Alright, next question. Existing ACCA student can apply for ACCA Accelerate program. So, is it true or false?
Maybe true, maybe false, but yes, we do get this question asked a lot. So the answer would be false. So unfortunately, those already taking ACCA cannot apply for the ACCA Accelerate program.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, next question. Oh, Nur Shakira is still leading. Okay, next question. Students from other than accounting major can apply for ACCA Accelerate program. Okay, Ilya, what do you think? I am eager to find out on this one.
Well, maybe it's a true or maybe it's a false or maybe it's a true. I'm not sure. I'm just trying to confuse everyone. Oh, the answer is actually false, okay? Alright, moving on to the next question. Accountancy students from other UiTM branches are eligible for ACCA Accelerate program. Oh, this one is actually have mentioned just now. So, what do you guys think? I'm sure that some of us actually have those questions in mind.
Absolutely, that is true, and that is why we propose this event to answer those inquiries. The answer is true. Okay, so the scholarship by Yayasan Peneraju fully funds ACCA Accelerated students, for example, professional certificate fees, tuition fees, and etc. Okay, so true or false? What would the answer be? Hint: these facts have been shared by our fellow ambassadors on our official Instagram account at at ACCA UiTM Ambassadors.
So the answer will be false because this program is actually based on a top funding model where Yayasan Penraju will fully fund recipients' professional certification fees and a partial of the tuition fees.
And the funding does not include monthly allowance and accommodation allowance.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, on to the second last question. So quick, climb up to top three.
Alright, yes. Professional with ACC affiliations can work anywhere in the world.
Yes, that is true. And notably, ACCA opens doors for employability in 179 countries across the globe. All right, now I would like to announce the winners of the quiz game who will get the ACCA merchandise. Okay, we'll start with third place. Give an applause to Dalila. Congrats, Dalila.
And now the second place goes to Kairunisa. Congratulations!
And last of foremost, and the first place goes to Noor Shakira. Okay, congrats, Noor Shakira. A big round of applause to all winners. Okay, mind that to all winners, to scan the QR code on the screen now to redeem your prizes.
Alright, great job everyone. I hope all of you enjoyed the quiz session. And now the program has come to its end. As the saying goes, to every beginning there is an ending. And once again, thank you everyone for gracing our event with your presence. We truly appreciate it. And on behalf of the organizing committees, I would like to apologize if we have made any mistakes throughout the event. And I hope all of you gained something from today's event. Before we dismiss, here is a friendly reminder to scan the QR code on the screen and fill in the details in the feedback form at the end of this program to receive your e-certificate. And a friendly reminder for those who joined the ESTA challenge, make sure you submit your poster before 11:59 tonight, since today is the last day for the submission. Also, for our ACC Accelerate Week event, we have provided trivial facts regarding ACC Accelerate through our UiTM ACC Ambassadors Instagram for a week, and you may follow our Instagram account to gain insight by reading out the post. For more details about our upcoming events, you may visit our Instagram account at acca.uitm ambassador and Facebook page at acca uitm ambassador. I, Fatin Arshad Elia, and my duty as MC for today's event with Wabillahi Taufiq wal Hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Goodbye everyone and have a great day. Bye.